Hey guys, thanks for clicking on this video. This is actually part of a playlist of me trying to learn the top 100 cryptocurrencies from the CoinMarketCap website. I welcome you to join me in this journey, as well as me doing live videos on news stories that happen on a daily basis. Click the subscribe button down below, and you can also click the little bell notification to get live updates of when I go live. And you can actually jump in, and I encourage you to be part of the Team Glen live chat that we have going during the live content. If you like this style of content, give this video a thumbs up. Also comment down below any thoughts that you may have of anything that I've said in this video. You can also follow me outside of the YouTube comment section on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter, all with the name Glen. Or if you really want to be part of Team Glen, you can actually join in the Telegram group chat, which is in the description down below. Follow that link and you'll be able to chat to me as well as all the other guys that have followed me since the beginning of this journey. And if you really want to help support me and this channel grow, I'm not trying to shill or sell any coins in particular. I'm actually trying to support myself using the Team Glen brand that me and Team Glen helped design together, and we actually have a website called teambitglen.com, so head over to there and purchase a piece of merchandise if it tickles your fancy. So let's get into the main content of today. Hey guys, and today we're going to be looking at what was the number 6 cryptocurrency for a long time, but it's recently just flipped to Litecoin to become the 5th biggest market cap share in the top 100 cryptocurrencies, and that's EOS. Now EOS is very unique compared to the other top 100 cryptocurrencies that are out there. And before I get into too much of the technical side of it, one of the most unique aspects of EOS currently, as of recording this video, is that it's still in its ICO stage. It has been running an ICO for exactly 1 year, and that's about to end at the beginning of June. Now, if you look at any other ICO structure or business model out there, they tend to run for about 30 days. Or a month. And what happens is they raise as much money as they can within that 30 days. It's the only time you can get that token or that coin in that period to create a bit of demand and a bit of FOMO, the fear of missing out, so that you buy the token within the 30 days and then it goes live on CoinMarketCap and it goes live normally on some sort of exchange. And as the time progresses, the product or the business model that they have tends to grow, and they try to keep up in how many exchanges that coin is on. EOS have gone about this a different way. They have decided to go for a year-long ICO, and every time someone invests some Ethereum through the EOS website, 2 million coins are generated every day. Those coins will get divided between how many Ethereum gets put onto the platform. This is a very unique way of doing things. I've not seen any other cryptocurrencies that offer this sort of model. So it makes it very unique from the get-go. Before we even discuss what it is and what it does, or what it's hoping to achieve, you have to give them kudos to actually trying a different model compared to all the other thousands of currencies that are out there at the moment. So they're in their ICO phase. What happens after that ICO stage? Well, what EOS are hoping to achieve, platform-based algorithm that is easy to read for almost anyone. So whereas Ethereum, and I'm going to refer to Ethereum a lot because EOS has been put in this position where people are calling it an Ethereum killer. And this is because they're both trying to achieve the same thing with smart contracts, but they're going different ways about it. So what do I mean by that? EOS are saying that they can super fast transactions, whereas Ethereum, because it's a proof of work system, they're restricted to being able to confirm one transaction every 15 seconds. Over the course of a day, that equates to a lot of blocks, whereas EOS aren't going to be doing a proof of work system. They have a delegated proof of stake system where you actually vote for who confirms transactions. Now, how does that work? How can we trust one person? When I say one person, it will actually be a group of people. So let's just say for argument's sake about 20 people. Normal people like me, you, and people all around the world can upvote for who we want to be delegate, if you like. A bit like voting for a MP or a president. If they're doing a good job and they're not doing anything against the rules, obviously they're going to be incentivized to keep providing excellent service, because they're going to be rewarded with lots of transaction fees and rewards for staking their coins and confirming loads of transactions. Let's say they do something against the rules, or something that we disagree with, something that the whole community thinks, you know what, I don't like what he's done there. They're going to be voted out of that top 20 people that are going to delegate transactions. So therefore they're going to lose money. So this creates a very high incentive for people to confirm transactions, not do anything wrong, that we're always going to be watching. All of us are going to be scrutinising every transaction and move they make. But for that, they're going to be rewarded very highly. Whereas Ethereum have a proof of work system where I can just buy a rig or a miner, an ASIC miner, and I can sort of contribute towards the system. But a lot of people say that this is a centralised system because there's only a few pools or a few mining companies around the world that are actually providing enough service to keep the system going. But this means it's very bogged down. Whereas if we had a delegated proof of stake system, we could vote for who we want to stay in power each day depending on the service they're giving. So this is very decentralized because it could change from day to day. So you're going to have to be on top of your game. You're going to have the most amount of hash power. You're going to have to provide the best service, not do anything wrong, not confirm wrong transactions, make mistakes. You're going to be very incentivized, do the best you can for the community, which I think is a fantastic way of doing things. It's a different way of doing things, but both have their pros and cons. And until this actually goes live on a mass scale, we don't actually know what's going to happen when EOS goes live. So that's remained to be seen. That's one of the unknowns. Something else that is great about this system is that they're saying they can confirm 10,000 transactions per second. This is massive compared to Ethereum. So they're going to be faster, cheaper transactions, and people are going to be able to take part in decentralized apps and not have to pay for each transaction they make. Now, what I mean by that is, let's say if I wanted to interact with a decentralized, or a dApp, we'll call it, if I wanted to interact with a dApp version of Facebook through Ethereum, if I wanted to post something or share something, I would have to pay a certain amount of gas. Gas is the type of fuel that Ethereum runs off. This is how all the transaction fees are worked out and who decides what order transactions get worked out. Whereas EOS, obviously because they've got this high transaction work rate, and because it's a delegated proof of stake system, I can interact with a dApp, and it's not me that pays to transact with it, it's the creator of that decentralized app. But obviously in that, if they make a successful application, obviously they're going to be incentivized, I assume, with advertising or me buying their token, me buying their coin through EOS, just the same as an ERC20 token through Ethereum. So this is going to create a lot of usability for just the average person to jump in and join in. Another thing about EOS is that the coding, if you like, that's my impression of coding. With Ethereum, you have to learn Solidity, which is a type of programming that runs Ethereum. And if you're new to that sort of language, you're going to find it very difficult at first. It takes a bit of learning. Whereas EOS are saying that they're going to have a type of program that's almost readable by a human. So if you think of Ethereum, you know, it's a load of zeros, ones, threes, dashes, dots. It's something that me or an average person wouldn't be able to look at and understand. You'd have to learn a complete new language to understand what that is. Whereas EOS are saying they're going to create a programming language that is going to be a lot easier to understand, a lot easier to learn, and they're going to accept different levels of different types of programming. So this means that you may know JavaScript or you may know HTML, and you can use those coding to create a dApp for the EOS blockchain. So it all sounds really good. It's got a year-long ICO, it's coming towards an end. So we have seen this massive influx into EOS lately. Now, trying to be obviously as unbiased and neutral as I can, there are a few downsides or a few things that you should be aware of before you invest in EOS. They are still in their ICO stage, which means they haven't got a working product. We don't know if this delegated proof of stake system is going to work, or if there's going to be a hack or a loophole. Now, something that EOS have said is that unlike Ethereum, if there's a problem or something that they've seen wrong in the Ethereum chain, it can't be backdated. So the only way they can actually go back and change something is if they fork, which is what I discussed in my previous video with Ethereum. You can check that out, the link above. They had to hard fork from Ethereum to Ethereum Classic, and then now there's 2 coins running. Whereas EOS, they're going to be able to freeze the blockchain. They can go in, rewrite the code or change the code, and then they can unfreeze it again and everything continues as normal. So that's something that they're thinking of, but we still don't know if there's going to be a way of manipulating that or using it, like I say, a loophole or a hack itself. Another downside, when you're actually buying these EOS tokens, you're actually buying them. EOS currently is an ICO running off the Ethereum blockchain. So the system they're trying to beat, they need at the moment to get their project up and running. This really only shows how strong Ethereum is. They're hoping that once their ICO finishes and they go live, they're going to have their own EOS blockchain. Now, you're investing today for an ERC20 EOS token. There's no guarantee that your EOS ERC20 token is going to equivalent to or can be converted to an EOS token coin when it goes live. The creators have said they are looking at doing this somehow, converting the ERC20 tokens over to the EOS tokens, but there's no guaranteed way at the moment. So you are investing in an ICO stage, you're helping the blockchain be created, but there's no guarantee that you're going to have a part of that blockchain when it goes live. You may have to make a second purchase when it goes live. I'm not saying that is the case at the moment, but that is a potential thing to think about before jumping in with EOS. Another thing with EOS that has a lot of people excited is the creator. As we've seen with a lot of these top 5 currencies so far, the CEO or the main creator seems to be the star. So if we think of a striker of a football team being the key person that really excites us about that team, the CEO or the lead developer is like the star of these top cryptocurrencies. Now, EOS have one of the biggest names in cryptocurrency as well. His name's Daniel Larimer. I hope I pronounced that right. And he's a software programmer that actually has created his own blockchains already. He has created BitShares in 2014, and he was also the co-founder blockchain called Steemit, which has been very successful for over the last year or so. That's a decentralized version of YouTube and social media. Now, what they're saying is these blockchains are actually going to be able to run on top of EOS. They won't need to have their own separate. So we could see people uploading videos on Steemit and actually being rewarded with EOS tokens in the future. I don't know, again, that's just speculation, but that potentially could happen. So he's created 2 blockchains already that have both been really successful, put all his time and energy into this new blockchain, EOS. And he's really gone to town with, not attacking, but trying to trump obviously what Ethereum has going for it and what the downfalls of Ethereum are. And he's trying to create solutions to the problems that Ethereum is facing. This puts him obviously on par with Vitalik Buterin, which obviously we talked about in the Ethereum video. And apparently Daniel's one of the last known people as well, or one of the few last people that were known to be in communications with Satoshi Nakamoto himself. So this puts him really highly regarded in the cryptocurrency universe, if you like, because he was in communication with the guy that started it all. So he's a really big star in the cryptocurrency development world, and he's leading this EOS from the front. What can we see EOS being worth in the future? Obviously, any prices I show you today, depending on when you're watching this video, you could be watching it in 6 months time, can be completely irrelevant. But let's have a little look at where it's come from and where it's at today. So EOS, so since EOS has been live, the prices have really fluctuated. Its lowest down to about 50 cents, say 55 cents. All the way up to where it is today, of all-time high, which we only struck a few days ago, actually, as of recording this video, up to $21. Now, obviously, a lot of people saying this is an Ethereum killer. It has proven that it's very popular within the community, and it tends to be rising all the time. This isn't financial advice. Obviously, we're yet to see what happens when this cryptocurrency goes live and becomes its own blockchain. And obviously if and how they're going to convert the ERC20 tokens that you'll be buying today for obviously what EOS blockchain will accept their equivalent. This leads me to think the team behind EOS are very good. Their previous experience is very good. What they're trying to achieve is very good. And the problems that they're looking to solve are something that can benefit the whole world. Will EOS become an Ethereum killer? That remains to be seen, because for all the problems that Ethereum has had over the last few years, people like Vitalik Buterin and the development of Ethereum are looking to create updates and soft forks which will upgrade the Ethereum blockchain and make it everything that everyone is hoping it will be. This will leave EOS obviously in a place, if that was to happen, why would you need EOS? But then again, you could say that about many of the platform-based tokens. And who's to say that we only need one? There could be 2 or 3 platform-based. And I go back to what I said with my Lisk video, because they're a platform-based cryptocurrency as well. It all goes down to killer app. If all my friends are talking about a new app called glen, for me to access that, if I need to go onto the EOS blockchain, that's going to make it more popular than the Ethereum blockchain. At the moment, we're just investing as speculators that something may increase in value. But as we saw with Ethereum when they brought out the Ethereum cats and everyone wanted to buy one and it completely crashed the system. When something becomes popular on one of these platform decentralized app-based smart contract platforms, we're going to see one of them really pull ahead of the other. And I can't answer to you what one that's going to be. It could be one that's not even in the top 100 cryptocurrencies yet. But you have to say Ethereum do have the lead, but there's always room for a second place. If you look at many things in the world, McDonald's versus Burger King, iOS versus Android, Google versus Yahoo, Macs versus Windows, there's always an alternative. There will always be someone that will say, I don't like Ethereum because of this, so I only use EOS or Neo or Cardano. But out of all the platform tokens that I've looked into, this one seems the most promising. This one seems the one that's the most different. And sometimes you need something different. If you have 20 cryptocurrencies that are all trying to do the same thing, and that is be Ethereum but slightly faster, sometimes you need one of them to come out and say, actually, we're doing something completely different over here, even without the backing of Ethereum. That could be the one that people lean towards as opposed to the other 20. So that's all I'm going to say on EOS. I hope this video has been helpful. Make sure you do your own research before you invest into EOS. I'm really excited and I will be investing in EOS myself. And that is after a lot of skepticism. Because I never understood what EOS was, a lot of people have always messaged me through this YouTube channel, Glenn, you should get on EOS. And I've always said, nah, I'm not interested, I'd rather Ethereum. But since looking into the actual small details of what EOS is and what they're trying to achieve and the team behind it, it has made me realise that EOS has a lot going for it. Now, if we're looking at where it is currently today at $17, Ethereum, if we go back, is currently at $788. And Ethereum at one point was up to $1,400. If EOS are going to be Ethereum's main competition on the cryptocurrency platform decentralized app base, we have to assume that EOS are probably going to catch Ethereum up. Now, whether EOS takes a bite out of Ethereum and brings Ethereum down a bit and they're sort of in line with each other and we might have a little battle between the two, remains to be seen. But even if it was to get to 10% of where Ethereum is, you're talking about a 7 times gain from where it is now. So it's very promising, it's very cheap at the moment, and it's trying to do something different. So I will be including EOS in my portfolio going forward. I don't currently hold any at the moment. I currently have $20 worth because I actually bought some cryptocurrency from Binance and I let the community choose which coins I buy. So I haven't up until this point known really much about EOS. But I will be trying to increase my position in EOS over the coming month. Let me know what you think down below of this cryptocurrency. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you like EOS? What don't you like about EOS? Do you think the delegated proof of stake system is going to be something that could revolutionize the way that we actually confirm transactions on blockchains? Or do you think that it's going to open up a can of worms and it's going to make people lose a lot of money? I'd love to hear your thoughts. I'm always looking to learn. Don't forget to be a part of the best team in cryptocurrency, Team Glen. You can check out my Telegram group chat down below. Click the link. You can also subscribe to this channel and watch my videos going forward. This is a part of a playlist called the Top 100 Cryptocurrencies, where I'm trying to learn about the top 100 and hopefully I can help you along the way. You can also give this video a thumbs up if you like this style of content. I tend to do a lot of live videos which I blabber on for about an hour or so, but these are more short, condensed, more informational videos that I hope you enjoy. That's it from me. If you really want to support this channel, you can head over to teambitglen.com and you can pick up a piece of merchandise from my team, Team Bitglen. Other than that, I'll leave you to it, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video where we'll be discussing one of my favourite cryptocurrencies, Litecoin. See you later, guys. Bye.